Is it somebody I don't my call? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm just here to do a reading because a subscriber has requested a reading on ASAP Rocky and Drake beef, but more specifically, I guess they just want a reading on just ASAP Rocky's life because they want to know about ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, ASAP Rocky's album, Don't Be Dom, and ASAP Rocky's beef with Drake, which I have allegedly learned is a one-sided beef, which it all stems from ASAP Rocky apparently. So that's just what we're going to do exactly today. But here are some notes that I had to share with you guys real quick before I dive into the reading. We have learned, I'm not sure if you guys know, but I just recently learned in an interview that ASAP Rocky had grown up in a homeless shelter, specifically VOA, I think he said, and that he was thankful for the experience and that, and that he's thankful from the experience that he has gained from his mother. Because during those times, it taught him like lessons and values and things like that he feels like he wouldn't have learned otherwise if it wasn't given those conditions, and he uses that and takes it with him and forward and multiplied it. ASAP Rocky also paid back, speaking about multiplying it, paying back rent for tenants for those that are living in homeless so it's kind of like a homeless shelter. It's not like a homeless shelter, but it's like an area where people are living. It's not like the projects. I don't know how to exactly say it, but it's wherever his grandmother is or grew up in, and or where he was when he was staying with his grandmother. He had to stay in this particular area. So to give back to the community, this is what he did. So because of that, we have that for ASAP Rocky, he decided to pay all of the tenants. We're not sure how many tenants that are there. That's besides the point. The fact is that he paid for everybody's rent there. So because of that, that's just a few months worth of rent that they don't have to worry about, and they can put a little bit more money in their pockets to get a little bit ahead up. Hey, ASAP Rocky is out here helping the community, and congratulations to him for that one. Also, I like his album called Don't Be Dumb, which is very interesting, but also the fact is that he has, there was one particular song on there where it sounded, stole your flow, which basically he said right off the bat, you stole my beat, so I stole your flow. So basically that was his diss to Drake, not to mention he also had a diss to Drake last year, which in a recent interview he has apologized for, saying that it was a bit insensitive and going too far to use Drake's baby mama's name in a diss track. So he apologized for that, but also I think in that same interview, he acknowledged that this beef is one-sided. If it wasn't that interview, ASAP Rocky has definitely mentioned that this is a petty beef, that it's all about in the hip hop culture, beefs sells. So because of that, it's nothing to be taken too seriously. He's just messing around with Drake, and maybe it's just the fact that they used to be friends and now they're not. So that beef is gonna sell, right? Exactly why I'm here doing a tarot reading. So because of that, ASAP Rocky is playing the game. But how important is that he mentioned that and talked about that, and then he titled the album "Don't Be Dumb," as in don't fall for it. So because of that, I really enjoy that. And also ASAP Rocky had a very interesting nostalgic retro visuals for everything. I'm not sure if that's just the new wave that we're going in. Well, duh, it's the new wave that we're going in. We have been seeing it since all of 2025 and late of 2024. So because of that, we are back we have retrograde. Literally, we are back in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and the 60s, guys. Maybe even the 50s if we want to push it. So we have gone back in time, literally and metaphorically. Just saying, we are an esoteric station after all. That's very important too, because we all talking about time, things feeling weird, everybody talking about let's go back to the old. Why is that a theme that we're all talking about? But anyway, I'm not here to talk about my conspiracies here, but I'm just telling you guys to be aware. And like ASAP Rocky said, do not be dumb. So because of that, we have to be aware of what's going on in the world around us, in the communities that we live in, and not only give back, but also just being aware of what's going on American soils. So because of that, all these things are very important for us to be aware. And no matter how much they try to throw distractions at us, yes, I'm talking about mainstream media, and I am talking about news anchorships and stuff like that. They push certain agendas, and these agendas are what brainwash us and condition us. But I'm not here to talk about all that. But ASAP Rocky was kind of hinting at it through his album. But I'm not here to digress. I'm not here to dissect his entire album. But I am going to be doing a reading on him. Something else. Yep, I covered everything that I had to say about ASAP Rocky. So because of that, it is now time to pull some cards on. First, we're just going to pull cards on his album. We're just going to start there. See how that does. Okay. ASAP Rocky and his career. I want to know what is he trying to get at here. The first card that popped up was the Knight of Wands, which is quite interesting. I'm curious because the knight is usually a messenger, which he is definitely acting in this moment, a messenger to everyone or whoever won. So because of that, I'm quite curious. So to see where the messenger is coming from, let's see where his foundation is. The Four of Cups. Just don't accept anything. Let's see where he's coming from in the past. Oh, the Seven of Wands, a bit deceptive, eh? But let's see where he's going in his head. Like where from that deceptiveness or feeling like he has gotten away with something. What is he carrying on in his head? The Nine of Swords. Okay, this is actually quite interesting. There is something that seems to be troubling ASAP. Now, it could be the fact that he's looking at the deceit and the way people are getting over and conning over each other. And because of that, that's what sparked him to create this album, to create this make-believe beef with Drake. But it's something that's been bothering him, that keeps him up at night, that he needed to finally release this, get it off his chest and express what has been keeping him up at night and what it is. And think about it, dumb is all about not, I'm going to say not thinking, because when you're not thinking, you tend to make mistakes, dumb mistakes, silly mistakes, because you didn't think something through properly. You jumped in it maybe foolishly, half-heartedly, or your intentions weren't right, or maybe you went in with different intentions. It was like masking your intention. So like all these different things that we are doing that can ultimately backfire on us, is doing things that are kind of like dumb in that sense, because you didn't think it through. So because of that, he has really thought this album through and this sentiment and this message, and let's see how the future feels for him. The Lovers. Okay, I really like that, especially that foundation, because that foundation was starting to feel like, where are we going here with this story? Because like I said, the foundation is the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is all about not accepting anything. Especially because this is a mermaid. Okay, first off, I just recently learned that this is a lagoon. So here where ASAP is. He had taken some time, some isolation. He felt as though he needed to separate himself. Yeah, he was acting. Yeah, he's doing this. Yeah, he's doing that. Yeah, he had another kid. You know, ASAP is doing everything. His tentacles and paws are literally in every different area of his life as possible that we could think of. So because of that, it's feeling is when you're scattered like that, you have to think and ask yourself, is there something that is not fulfilling, that's not fulfilling me? Or am I just taking opportunities just to take opportunities and going down paths just to experience an experience? That's exactly what I'm getting here with this Four of Cups. But because of that, he chose, as the Knight of Wands, as I said, he had chose to repurpose that energy. That's all what fire is about. He decided to repurpose that energy with a drive, passion, and a sense of motivation. He used that as his motivator for his next album. All the feelings that he was feeling, all the things that he had himself scattered, and he had learned different things about himself. He was able to grow, and through that, he was able to see things from a different perspective, because when you grow, you get outside the box, and once you're outside the box, you're able to see things from all different angles. So because of that, that's exactly where ASAP Rocky is. Maybe he has been trying to reach that level, or he has been there, but it seems like this moment in time, something has clicked within his life, and it all stems back from his past, which is the Seven of Swords, which is all about deception. But we see moving on, that deception, whatever seemed to have betrayed him, whatever he felt betrayed by Drake. Joking. That's why he said, I stole your beat, aka Rihanna. And he said, we're not going to talk about people getting BBLs. Guys getting BBLs. Yeah, we talked about you, Drake. But because of that, you know, it's lightheartedness. It's just joking, you know. It's nothing too serious. But it's all those things that he's just like, you know, I'm going to start calling, like, not people out, but just calling out actions. It's like we're back to what the heliante. We're back there again, just saying what is going on in the streets. Who was it that just recently had an album? I think it was Offset, saying what happened to the streets. So all these rappers are out here telling us that there is something going on within the rap hip hop community, that they're looking back and they're starting to realize, are we pawns? Like, what are we doing in this? Like, what's the grand scheme of the things? I think that's what ASAP is starting to realize. Because remember, he was a part of a gang. That's where ASAP came from. He was just Rocky, but now he is ASAP. And you remember, he had a lawsuit with somebody that was also part from the ASAP crew, that was feeling as though, you know, you betrayed me. We all was wondering if that was a down low relationship. So because of that, all these different things have been popping up in his past. So because of that, those are all things that he had to go through, process, and deal with to get him to this very moment. Now that I'm looking back at all the different things that has happened in his history. So because of that, moving to the Knight of Wands, he has a lot to say. He has a lot that he needs to get off his chest. There's a lot that's on his mind that's bothering him, that he can no longer sit still and be silent on. He's no longer going to take what's happening in the industry, and he has a platform, he has a voice, and he has a mind. And he's like, why am I going to sit here, try to push an agenda? And why don't I use my platform to voice my opinion? And that's exactly what he did. Now, the future, the lovers, is questionable. Does that mean us as the audience, the general public, is going to love this album? Because that's what I'm hearing out in the streets. Everybody is wondering, is this album the album that we've all been waiting for? The album, and it's going to kick 2026 and like nobody going top the charts like this. ASAP Rocky done it. That's what I'm hearing on the streets. Everybody is wondering, is this album going to do that kind of not juju, but is it going to do that kind of work? And because of that, I see the lovers. I feel as though, yes, it is. But more importantly, it's probably because it's the pulse and the attention and where he's coming from that is going to resonate with the audience. Just like Kendrick Lamar said, they're not like us. Why can't this album be a symbolization of that? So, with that being said, let's just pull for so that was a little bit about the album and the beef that he has with Drake, right? We even touched a little bit about the love life of Rihanna, but you know what? Let's check out the outside influences. This is going to tell me about ASAP Rocky's love life since I was focusing so much on his career and Drake is part of his career. So let's just zoom out and check his love life. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords, Rihanna. We have the Three of Pentacles and the World card, Rihanna. I'm joking, guys. No, seriously, what I see here, though, in the past, though, is the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. I was for real, though, with this one. That's Rihanna. That's his love. That's his foundation. That's who he finds his, I don't want to say his value and worth in, but the family that they're creating together, the legacy. He just sees that him and Rihanna, they're that power couple. They are like the it. They are the knees all, bees all, the what can we say? You know, the black excellence that the black community is always looking for. ASAP Rocky has that vision in him, and he's like, yeah, me and Rihanna are that. And with this Queen of Swords energy, we see that they have clear, open, and honest communication with each other. They don't keep any secrets, and if there are some secrets, they address whoever, and if secrets get exposed or if somebody had to do a little like white lie, those different things, they're able to talk it out. They're able to get through it. So because of that, I don't see anything that they can't overcome. The Nine of Pentacles is it's one step from the Ten of Pentacles. So you can already say that you have arrived, but you're almost there. And that's exactly what he sees with Rihanna. It's something in that relationship that still needs to be a little bit tweaked, in his opinion, for it to just be that Ten of Pentacles legacy. And I'm not sure what it's going to need or what it's going to take for Riri and ASAP to get there. But hopefully maybe Rocky is the answer, baby Rocky. But we see here in the future is the Three of Pentacles, which usually symbolizes contracts. They're already married, allegedly, supposedly. I don't know. But if they're not, maybe they're going to do some this is just me purely theorizing here, that maybe they're going to finally do a public wedding. Okay, enough theorizing there with that one. But maybe this Three of Pentacles can symbolize that when it comes to their relationship, like I said, there's something metamorphing within his career, within his mindset. So because of that, when your mindset changes, you're going to start changing every other area and aspect of your life. And I see here exactly that same Queen of Swords energy. We see that the Three of Pentacles, when it comes to him and Rihanna, that in their relationship, whatever status it is, that they are going to get more committed to each other. They're going to start having more, not like conversations, because they're already having conversations, but when it comes to their future, they're going to work more hand in hand, almost as if they were a married couple, but they're not quite a married couple, because the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers is right here. That's singing church bells, wedding rings to me. So because of that, that sounds like marriage. And we have the World card. That's the full circle. That's the completeness. I mean, come on now. So because of that, that's what I'm seeing. It's bringing me back to my theory that I was trying to get out of my theory, but it just drew me back into my theory. But we are already speculating that they're married. So if they secretly got wed, what would be the point in having years later a public wedding for just the audience? So I can't justify that, but I see something that when it comes to the relationship, it's elevating and it's evolving, it's maturing, it's becoming all of that. I mean, they're in their like late 30s, approaching their 40s. So because of that, they still have a whole life ahead of them. It's not like they 50 and 60. Like I feel like I'm talking about them like they are just, no, like literally That's the vibe that I'm getting. There's just something about their relationship. It's something about ASAP that has changed within him internally that is making him change and be a better man. And maybe, like I said, as this outside influence and it's his love life, maybe it's the love and the relationship that he has with Rihanna that has changed him and bettered him as a man and as an individual and as a person in this world. And because of that, he's willing to change it up, willing to do things differently, willing to take more risk and be more bold and be more outspoken because he has somebody back there that's supporting him, cheering him on, that is his like ride or die. She's just like, I got you, boo. Don't worry. She's going to be downright honest with him. Hey, don't do this. I don't think this. And because they're both in the music industry, they would know. She would know. So because of that, and everyone is begging Rihanna to come back to the industry. So she knows what's going to hit the pulse and what the people want and what the people love. So because of that, to have that by your side, to have that on your hip, why would you not use it, but why would you not use that to your advantage when you're trying to make an album that's going to try to make a pulse change in the collectiveness known as the society. So because of that, for that kind of big major change, yeah, you're just one person in one voice, ASAP Rocky. But if you're able to get into the people's minds, get into the people's hearts, and get into the people's soul, then you're able to make a change. So because of that, that's exactly what I see that ASAP is trying to do. It's almost like he's standing from the rooftops with a bullhorn, screaming at the top of his lungs that some change needs to be made, but it's only going to fall on those ears that want to hear it. So because of that, I will just pull 3 cards as an outcome, just an overall reading for Drake. Okay, I guess an overall reading for ASAP Rocky and Drake. I covered every aspect, every area and aspect of your question. So let's just see what was it that really has gotten ASAP this sour, this bitter, this petty, if we'll say, low vibrational. What is it, ASAP Rocky, that has completely torn you and Drake's friendship and severed it forever, never to be repaired again? Water, anchor, and a bear. 3 yeses. Well, he's staying 3 toes, 10 toes down on that he for sure is like, yes, this is an irreversible friendship that cannot be changed. What I see here is water, which means that there is some deepness that's, like he said, it's petty, but it seems like it's way more because he seems to keep coming back to it. So it's something within him internally that has him and Drake, that has him at some odds with Drake, because they used to be like this. So for them to no longer be like that, there had to have been something that deeply severed between them. And whatever that is, it's something that he's not ready to, he's not talking. I'm not sure if he's ever talked about it, or if it's just something that's more personal and not ready to be shared out loud, but it's just something that maybe it was like the judge of character. It's something on that kind of level where it's just like, I see you, I saw you. So because of that, we see an anchor, and he's grounded on that. He was just like, I now know where Drake and I stand, and I now know that we can't walk together, and you can't be in my life, and we cannot share a space with each other. But it's not like I hate you, and it's not like I want to have a beef with you because I'm so mad and I'm still bitter and it's still in my bones that I'm mad at you. It's not that kind of thing. It's a grounded anchor sense, and I can make fun of our friendship and what we used to be and commoditize off of it. Is that what it is? Make money off of it and still not be waved by it. Still sit back and still feel strong in where I stand in this situation. Maybe if you want to get all upset, maybe if you want to sue me, well, that's on you. That's how you feel. But me, on the other hand, ASAP Rocky is feeling pretty strong about how he feels. So because of that, and we see a bear here, which symbolizes a moving forward and a transition. So whatever has happened with him and Drake, it has maybe it could have, I mean, this was like years ago, right? So this is something that could have fundamentally again changed ASAP Rocky moving forward, and maybe that's why he isn't so trustworthy. But there's just so much that goes on within the hip hop community, and ASAP Rocky and Rihanna are pretty kind of private with their lives anyway, and they have pretty good, clean records. So because of that and all of that, all I can see here with ASAP Rocky is that it seems like there's something within him that has internally and fundamentally has changed within him and how he is going to be maneuvering forward. And this album is just the marker, the milestone, and the turning point. And the turning point of where we're going to see a change in a different ASAP Rocky moving forward from here. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on ASAP Rocky and Drake and Rihanna. I sure did, but it was mostly about ASAP Rocky. How's his album doing? What is this with him and Drake? And how's his love life doing? So with all that, it seems like everything is in the ups and ups for him, honestly. Even though what's ever getting him down, weighing him down mentally, he uses his music and uses his creative talents as a form of expression to get that energy out of him. And because of that, he's starting to learn that he can't just accept anything and everything. And because of that, it's sometimes even like that, where you just can't accept anything and everything that is given to you, shown to you, told to you, written to you, because sometimes there's some hidden intentions, hidden agendas. So you got to look at things really closely with a fine-tooth comb. And that takes a lot of time, energy, and effort. But if you're really concerned about the future of your, I guess, well-being or whatever project that you're going into, you would really look into that. And I see that's where ASAP Rocky is starting to come to the realization of that whatever he attaches his name to really means something. So what does he want his name attached to in life? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on ASAP Rocky. I sure did. It was a really good reading. Thank you to whoever asked for this. Reading. I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised by what I had found out from the reading. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Please leave your comments down below. How do you feel about the beef? How do you feel about ASAP Rocky and Rihanna's relationship? And how do you feel about the album Don't Be Dumb? And with that being said, I will see you some flowers in the next one. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It will really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. More importantly, hype us up. Just hype us up. Hype us up. And with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers. Aww.